Okay, we are back, and I totally don't remember what I was talking about. So I'm gonna tell you some this is a news report now, telling you the news of what's been going on. So with Super Mario Brothers crossover, um, I've been working on an update that's it's gonna bring a really cool new feature into the game. Um, Most of this update is actually under the hood, so you won't really see many of the changes except for one big change. Um, so the entire game is going to be skinnable, which means uh, you can basically swap the graphics out for any other graphic. And the purpose of this is to create a skin for each character. So, if you want to see what Super Mario Brothers would look like if it was a Metroid game, or Contra, or if it was, if it took place in the world of Castlevania. So it's gonna be I'm gonna release these sheets, like they're image files, and they'll be sprite sheets, and all you have to do is replace the image in the sprite sheet for the image in another game. Like the regular one's gonna be Mario, but then when you go to the sprite sheet, you replace those Mario images with images from Metroid. So it's really cool. Like I've seen, this wasn't my idea actually. People on the forums started making these skins, for Blaster Master, and they just looked awesome. Because people always said it'd be cool if you could make it look like Metroid or whatever, but I was like, nah, that'd be stupid. But then people started doing it and making it look awesome. So then I was like, well, this is pretty badass. So we're putting it in the game now. So it's a lot of work for me because I have to restructure how I do the images in the game basically. But I already have the enemies working. Um, so basically, I go into the options menu and I can choose a different skin and the enemies, and it's instant. The change happens instantly. So when I'm in the pause menu and I switch to a different skin, like the enemy, the way it looks will change on screen instantly. So there will be more skins in the game eventually, and you can just cycle through them and see what the game would look like. And it's awesome. It's really cool. Um, so yeah, everything is going to be skinnable, like every graphic. So the level tiles and bad guys, characters, but the character skinning isn't going to work the same way as the other stuff. Like, you're not going to be able to create a Metroid skin for each character because that doesn't really make sense. But the functionality is there. So it's, if someone in the forums made a cool skin for, I don't know, Bill Reiser or something that makes them look different or something, then, if I wanted to put that in the game, it'd be really easy. So maybe characters will have different skins also. Like if you wanted different versions of Mario, like you have Mario from Mario 3 or Super Mario World or Mario 2, I don't know, just like any Mario game, you just basically go into I'd release the skin template files on the wiki, and you can just make your own and then upload it. And then if it looks cool, and it makes sense, I'd put it in the game. So it's cool. It's a way to get the community involved in the game and stuff, because I don't like just making it myself. I like other people to get their ideas, and when other people do the graphics, it's cool. I wish other people could do the programming too, but I haven't. I don't know how to set that up. It seems too complicated. But this is one way other people can do the graphics for the game. So basically, this next version of the game, 1.3, I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be 2.0 yet, because this is just an update to put skinning functionality into the game. And it's gonna come with one skin included, so you'll be able to see what it would look like with one of the other games. And then, but basically, the main purpose is that I'm updating the game so that everyone will know how the skinning functionality is going to work. So then everyone can make a skin for each character. And then the next update, which will probably be 2.0 if I ever get there, then that's going to include. What am I fucking. Yeah, so then the next update afterwards would include one skin for each character because they're not all made yet. You know, first I'll release the functionality and how to do it, then people can make it. So we gotta do one thing at a time, man. One thing at a time. Man, life's crazy. It's crazy. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with this video. I'm just like talking and 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 talking. I have to leave soon, but I haven't eaten anything. Man, it sucks, but I still want to talk to you. It's like I'm with a friend, and you know, you just don't want to leave your friend. You want to spend, like, you haven't seen your friend for a while. You want to hang out for as long as you can before you have to go and get ready or whatever. What else is the news going on? That's really the main news. Well, it's a lot easier for me to do videos now, I hope. I mean, I hope it's easy for me to put this video on the computer. It should be, though, because my computer is super powerful, so it should edit HD no problem. So, and since I have a video camera, I can do more videos now. The only thing that would stop me from doing videos is what I was telling you before, which is the things that I think other people expect from me, because, like, I know people want me to do the game. So it's like I always have a hard time. It's like, should I work on the game or should I do a video? It's like I try to balance it out, but I haven't been balancing very well. That's better English. I haven't been balancing it very well lately, working between videos and the game. There's just been too much stuff going on. But now, like, so basically it's like the reason you haven't been seeing anything from me, anything new, is because a lot of stuff I was just talking about, like the wedding, and I guess I could tell you about World's Fair Use Day. The video is on my website now if you wanted to see the panel. It was pretty cool, though. Traveling there was kind of a pain in the ass. If I do like another panel or whatever, I want to ask them if I can bring Iggy with me, because it's kind of boring traveling by yourself. You just have to sit on the plane and then I'd like take all these trains when I got there. It was really annoying, but the actual event was pretty cool. And Larry OG from OC Remix, he's awesome, man. He was really fun to talk to. He even gave me a CD, and him and David Lloyd, DJ Pretzel, the guy that started it, they both signed it. It was a Donkey Kong Country 2 CD, I think. I actually ended up playing the CD at my wedding because I didn't have any other music. So lucky they gave me that CD, otherwise I wouldn't have had any music. But then there was music playing. We did it at a hotel, and there was music playing on the hotel. You know, sometimes hotels just have music playing, like in the lobby or whatever. And it was Indian music. So it was really funny to hear that music as like we were doing our vows and everything. It's funny, ha ha ha. What was I telling you about? I feel really out of it. I feel like I had a groove going, and then Iggy fucking ruined it. Why'd she call? But the camera was gonna turn off in like a few minutes anyway. So thanks, Iggy. Thanks for saving me. Oh yeah, I was telling you about World's Fair Use Day. I don't really know what else to say about it. I was pretty nervous, but most people can't tell when I'm nervous because my face, it doesn't really show my emotions like a normal person, as much at least. I don't know. I think it's probably a defensive mechanism I've developed for like trying to hide from people. I think that's I don't know, but it's kind of how I've always been, at least as long as I can remember. I'm sure when I was a little kid, I wasn't like, you know. So I don't know. But yeah, it was kind of a small. It was a small room, and there was like a lot of lawyers and stuff there, but they were all people that like encouraging the arts and stuff. So it was cool. Um, oh yeah, and I met up with one of my friends from high school. That was cool. But otherwise, I don't know. I'm not a very good mingler. You know how people mingle at events and stuff? I don't know how to mingle. I don't know. I like get bored. I get bored talking to people unless it's like something that I'm really interested in or if they're funny. But like when most people just make conversation, I just get so bored. It's like I feel bad, but I'm like, yeah, I don't really want to keep talking. But I don't say that. But like I'm trying to get away, but then the people come up to talk to me. I don't know. I'm just if you ever meet me in real life, just I don't know. I'll try to be friendly, but I'm not really friendly. I don't know. I'm just not. I'm friendly to the camera because I'm used to the camera. Maybe it's just because I'm like uncomfortable around people. I don't know. I hope to get over that though. I hope to be better talking to people because it's like unnecessary stress. It's like you worry about what people think about you. It's like it's dumb. It's like why do I do that? If I don't know how to control it. I can't stop my fucking mind. I can't like tell my mind like, hey, think happy thoughts all the time. So I don't know. That's something I've wanted to get better all my life is like social being talking to people, but I also don't want it because I get bored. So that's probably why I'm still the same, like unconsciously pushing people away just because I only like to talk about things that are fun and interesting, but a lot of people talk about like the weather and stuff. It's boring. I don't know. I don't really know how to talking. I guess I just really don't think talking is really that great of communication. I think that's what it all comes down to. It's like talking. I don't know. I'm more of like I like to communicate in ways other than talking. Like when someone calls me on the phone, it's like I hate it because like I can't even like I don't know who they are. It's like I'm talking to someone and it's like all I can hear is their voice. But when you're with a person in person, there's like all this other stuff happening. Stuff that you don't really know is happening, but like and everybody's got like an energy field around them and stuff and you could just feel like when you're around someone that you don't jive with, like you can just feel it. Like when I get around someone that's negative, like I just know and I just try to like move away. It's like you just feel bad being around that person. But then, sometimes you find someone that you like feel really good around. So that's kind of how I base everything that I do. It's just on how it feels. So I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm like a lot of people think I'm weird or something. Because I don't really. I mean, I think about stuff like I think logically and like try to work everything out logically, but that's not my like primary way of figuring stuff out. My primary function for living in the world is actually my feelings. I just feel stuff. I can't even see very well, but I don't wear my glasses very much. I only wear them like when I'm on the computer to see. But normally I wear those weird pinhole glasses that I was showing you. So like I can't even see like when I'm out. And I don't know, I just don't like wearing glasses that like my eyes feel weird. I was wearing contacts when I was at World's Fair Youth Day, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to even know who I was talking to. But I don't know. I just go around the world feeling stuff. I just feel it. I don't talking. I don't know. Talking doesn't really work, especially when you can't see the person. Video chat, like talking on the phone sucks. because you don't know anything about the person you're talking to. Even if you know them, like if I'm talking to Iggy on the phone, I can't like touch her. Like if she's like feeling bad, I can't like hug her. So like it's such a talking on the phone, it should only be for like logical things, like things that you need to tell someone. But trying to have an intimate conversation on the phone, I mean, you could do it. Like if you're in a long distance relationship, you could do it, but it's not enough for me. I can't, it's not enough. I have to be with the person. But then a step up from talking on the phone is video chat, like Skype. I Skype with my family every week. And now Skype is charging money. If you do a video conference, they charge money now, which is dumb, but I guess they gotta make money. So, but anyway, it's like a video chat is a lot better than just audio, but it's still not nowhere near as being with the person. Cause like if someone's like gonna call me or if they're gonna video chat with me, I feel kind of like nervous because I can't even tell who they are. But if they want to meet with me in person, then I'm not nervous because it's like I can like tell who they are even before they say anything. Like I don't know, I feel the person before. Like as soon as you come, as soon as you get near the person, it's like you just know who they are, or at least that's how I feel most of the time. It doesn't work all the time, but depending on how I'm feeling and stuff. But when I'm like comfortable, I just feel people, and I just kind of like move towards the people where I feel good around. But anyway, you're my therapist camera. But anyway, oh well, one of the reasons I have trouble talking to people is like I don't know if this is how other people are, like other people that are like shy around people that they don't know. I'm always afraid about, like when I'm talking to someone, I'm always, in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking about how they're going to react to what I'm saying. So like if I'm trying to, it's like I think about what I'm going to say and I think about how they're going to react to it, and I say something based on what I think they'll be okay with. So it's like stressful to talk to someone that I don't know because like you don't know how they're going to react. But then that's what I was saying. If I'm with the person in person, I can kind of feel them out before I even talk to them. So then I just know if I don't want to talk to the person, I just don't go near them. And then if they try to talk to me, I just kind of like say like, hey. I don't know. I used to think that I was an asshole, but I'm not. It's like there's nothing like mean about the way I talk to people. I don't know. I just do the best I can, and like some people are just like naturally like social. Like I usually date, well not usually, but some people I've dated are like the opposite of me. Usually they're the opposite of me, like where they're like more social and they like talking to people and they like being around people. Because then whenever I go to a social thing, I bring that person with me. So like I bring Iggy with me, and she like absorbs the focus. So like I'll go with her to something, and then people will talk to her, and then like if I want to say something, I'll be like, yeah, blah blah blah. But like if I go by myself, it's like I feel like I'm in like an unknown world. I don't know. I just don't really like just talking. It's like boring unless one-on-one conversation. Like if it's just two people, and like it's not like tons of people, and like you have stuff that you're both have in common that you can talk about, then it's cool. It's like you can just talk and have a good time. But when you're like trying to talk to people that you don't know and you don't even have anything in common with them, it's like yeah, I mean, you're a nice person and stuff, but I'm just not interested in the same things. So that's just me. I just don't really like the fake social conversations. I only like real conversations. So I guess if I like sense that a conversation is like fake, I just try to get out of it. So, but as you can tell by the way I'm talking about this, I still don't. I don't really have it figured out. My way of doing it is bring Iggy with me. Bring my I don't know. She's like this like weird crazy person that is like more friendly and approachable, and I'm like this like cyborg alien thing. That's how I feel, at least. Some kind of cyborg alien when I'm like talking to people. But then if like people, maybe if I was around like people that have stuff in common with me, like games, like if I was around a bunch of gamers, then it's more fun because you have stuff in common. Like, oh, what kind of games do you like? Or people ask me about Mario crossover, like, we could talk about that, and that's something fun to talk about. I just don't like talking about stuff that's like boring to talk about. It's like, who cares, man? It's like talking about, I don't know. I guess the weather is the main one. It's like, so what? Why do people always ask that? It's like, who cares? It's like, oh, is it cold over there? Or like, oh, is it warm? Is it raining? Is it snowing? Oh, it's windy. Oh, it's cloudy today. Oh, it's sunny. It's sunny. Oh, it's like misty. It's really foggy out. It's like, who the fuck cares, man? It's I don't care. It's weather. I mean, the weather is just something that happens. You don't have to like talk about it. I mean, the weather, you just deal with it. I don't know. Maybe people are just like complaining about it because when I talk to my family on Skype, like every single time they're always like, "Oh, it's snowing." Like, how's it over there, Jay? Is it warm? It's like, yeah, it's warmer here than over there. It's talking. What is the point of talking? It doesn't work. But look at me, I'm talking to you. I'm a hypocrite, man. I'm a hypocrite. You should kill me. But I wish I didn't have to talk. I wish we could communicate psychically. That would be the best. It'd be so much easier. It's like you don't have to even say anything. It's like you're walking, you see someone, and like in your mind, you're just like, hi. And they're like, hi, in their mind. Because like, I don't know. I usually like use the least amount of words as possible. It's like if I see someone, I might just be like, hey, or like might not even say anything. Just be like in high school, I remember some people would be like, oh, you didn't say hi to me. I'm like, I said hi. I said, like, that's saying hi. Or like I like to shake someone's hand. That's probably my favorite way to say hi to someone is just shake their hand, but not even. Yeah, you don't even really have to say anything. I should probably say like, hey, what's up? Like shake their hand. But one of my friends, we would do these crazy handshakes, and whenever we would see each other, we would like run to each other and handshake, and then run away. Because I don't know, it's just like this is fun. That's like a fun way to communicate. Like you don't have to do, and we would always do weird handshakes. Like it wouldn't always be the same thing. So it's like, it's fun. It's not the same thing that everyone does all the time. So what should I talk about now, therapist? What should I talk about now? Man. Ugh. Ugh. I feel like I'm getting downward thrusted. Everything is downward thrusting around me. Maybe I should be downward thrusting more. For real, that's the solution. Downward thrust. You know what downward thrust means? I'm going to tell you the meaning behind downward thrust. And downward thrust, motherfucker. Which is really just an emphasized version of downward thrust. So what does it mean to downward thrust or to be a downward thruster? I'll tell you what it fucking means. It means you take control of your life. It's like if you want to be a downward thruster, and it doesn't mean like you're an asshole or anything, but it means like, you know, you take control of your life and you do what you want to do. You don't let life and other people and circumstances dictate what you should do. That would be, I don't know. I guess we call that an upward thruster. I don't know. I don't know. But the downward thruster is like, it's the truth. You got a downward thrust. Because downward thrust, I mean, just think of that motion. It's just like, ugh! It's like, fuck you. Fuck! You can't tell me what to do. Fuck you, man. I'll do what I want. That's what a downward thruster does. They do what they want to do. Not like the asshole kind of way. Not where you're like, fuck you, man, and shut up. Where it's like where other people are trying to control you and you're like, it's like, no. You know, I'm not going to let that happen. I'm not going to let you do that. But, you know, you still, while you're downward thrusting, you still want to try to, basically anytime you are dealing with people, you want to try to get a win-win situation. So I feel like I'm like a self-help, personal growth person now. But I don't know, it's whatever. I'm just being myself, whatever. So you always want to try to create a win-win situation. And that works with downward thrusting. Because, I mean, you do have to remember, at least I have to, I have to remind myself that, you know, we live on a planet, you know, there's a lot of people. So you have to think in ways that's going to benefit yourself and everyone. But for real, and this is the key to being a fucking downward thruster, and this is not bad, but you have to put yourself first. Not in like an asshole way, but think about it, okay? If you're not happy, you can't do anything. For real, if you're not happy, you can't thrust at all. You've lost all of your thrusting power. Like someone who's unhappy, you know, they're hard to deal with. They're, you know, they just don't want to do anything. They're like depressed. I mean, we've all felt it where you're like, when you're not happy, you just can't do anything. Like you can't get anything done that you want to do. So, and for some reason, like in our society, it's like being selfish is bad. Okay, well, you can be selfish in like a nice way that still benefits other people. But you have to put yourself first in still keeping other people in mind. And it's not, I guess a better way to say it might be put your feeling good before everything else. Because being happy is more important than anything. Anything. You want to be a downward thruster, you got to be fucking happy. Otherwise, you can't. Your thrusts aren't going to go straight down. They're going to go all fucking over the place. Only a happy thruster can downward thrust and do the maximum downward thrust. That's like an enlightened person does downward thrust at maximum thrust power. And like a maximum downward thruster they just don't let things bother them. I mean, that's basically it. So they can be, you know, they're okay with not getting everything they want. Because, I mean, that's another thing you have to remember is like, you're not always going to get everything you want, which, you know, it'd be cool, I guess, if we did. But maybe then life would be boring because you'd always have what you want. But part of life is the adventure of trying to get what you want, like the journey of going from not having it to having it. That's the journey of life. That is life. And that's the way of the downward thruster. So I'm just saying, downward thrust can be an entire philosophy. It can be the exploding rabbit philosophy of a happy life. The way of the downward thrust, man. It's all about the downward thrust. You just You know, another thing about downward thrusting, you have focus. Because if you don't have focus, you can't fucking thrust straight down. How are you going to thrust down if you're not focused? If you're like trying to thrust and you're like paying attention to something over there, your thrust is going to like go at an angle. You want to do an angular downward thrust? No, man. You want to do straight down. Straight downward thrust, motherfucker. That's how you thrust. Don't thrust angular. Always straight down. Thrusting up, I don't even know what this fucking is. It looks stupid. I feel like an asshole doing it. What is this? This is an upward thrust. Look how stupid that looks. Down. Fuck you. Is there even a motion that feels better than that? Just do it. Right now, let's do it. Fuck! And for some reason, I have to say fuck as I do it. Just do it. You can say fuck, you can just whatever, or just grunt. I don't care. You fuck! You fuck! You're thrusting it down, man. Thrusting it all down. It's like all your problems, thrust them fucking down! Fuck you, problems. I don't need you. Fuck. Or you could even be thrusting your problems. Your problems, you can put your problems there and just fucking thrust on them. Thrust right through that shit. Fuck you. This is the Exploding Rabbit personal growth section. It's a new section on the website, I guess. But I mean, I've always been trying to be the best that I can be. So I used to read like self-help stuff, but then eventually I realized to help yourself, you don't really need to know anything. Like really just like everything we need we already have. For real, I'm not kidding. I mean, but sometimes, you know, you can feel confused or lost or whatever, and you like can read a book or whatever, or watch an Exploding Rabbit self-help video. Self-help sounds kind of stupid though, doesn't it? Exploding Rabbit assistant downward thruster or something. That'd be better. But anyway, it's like eventually you get to a point where you don't need to read any books about trying to help yourself, because you know that you already have everything you need. And to help yourself, you just kind of like focus. Just kind of like, if there's something bothering you, I mean, you just let it go. Just like, I mean, that's all meditation is. You're just like, I mean, you're really just relaxing. That's all it is. People make meditation sound like it's some kind of like special thing where you have to sit in a special way, but it's really just letting go of anything. Just letting it go and relaxing, chilling out. That's meditation. Or like a relaxing downward thrust. That could be, we could create a martial art around downward thrust. The art of downward thrust, like, you know, this, you know, because the martial arts have like slow movements and fast movements. I mean, that could be, downward thrust would be the signature move, but then you could like have a whole like relaxing whatever, I don't know. Whatever, we might as well create a religion while we're at it, right? Fucking hate religion. No offense to anyone that likes religion. I mean, I used to be very religious, but I think it's better just to be open about everything. To not really follow one thing, because I mean, the way I think about religion, it's like you're making one decision, like you're making one choice. How can you make one choice about anything? And that's the same way, I mean, when people get married, they're like, this is my one choice. I mean, how can you know that this one choice you're making is going to be the thing you want for your whole life? And like, same thing with religion. It's like you choose this one religion, and you're like, that's it. You're like, that's the truth. I'm done. Like, that's the truth right there. It's like, I mean, I know you can like grow along your chosen religious path, but I'm just saying, it's like, do you really want to choose one philosophy, one way of looking at things for your entire life? Is that really, I mean, are you really that sure about it? And I mean, a lot of people say, yeah, of course. But deep down, it's like, I don't know. I mean, I try to be open, but I don't know how someone could make one choice about anything for their whole life. Because we're always evolving, we're always growing, we're always changing. The things we want, and the things we don't want, always changing with us. I mean, every day you're a different person. I mean, when people try to stay in a relationship, it's like, I mean, most people don't stay happy together for their whole life because they're both changing. I mean, me and Iggy, yeah, we got married, but we're not like, we don't really think of it. We don't even like calling each other husband and wife. So we don't even really think of ourselves as being married. We're really just together in the moment. And getting married it's kind of like a custom that people do here. So we just decided to try it out, I guess. But I mean, and we both really love each other and have a lot of fun together. But I'm just saying, it's not like we have a death grip on each other. Like, you fucking stay with me or I will fucking kill you. If you ever look at another guy, you're fucking dead. It's not like that. It's relaxed. And when you're more relaxed about stuff, then you don't form all those fucking crazy expectations like, oh, you need to please me. Like, you need to do things, that I want you to do. Like, you need to be who I want you to be. It's like, no. I mean, I have no control over you, and I don't want to control you. I just know that I have fun when I'm with you most of the time. Not all the time. And don't expect, if you're in a relationship, don't expect to have fun all the time. And sometimes you just want to be alone. I mean, me and Iggy have separate rooms because I like having my own room. We don't sleep in the same bed. It's just, that's how I want it. It's like, I mean, a lot of people look at things in only two ways. It's like, do I want to be with someone or do I want to be alone? And there's like certain advantages. But I feel like I get both advantages because I live with, a girl that I really like. But I also have my own room. And so I get all the advantages of being alone. But then if I want to be with someone, I just walk over one room and I don't even knock. I just go in. And I fuck that shit. I fuck her. I'm like, ugh. I don't want to be alone right now. And I just, ugh. Man, that's what I do. I downward thrust on top of her. Why do you think sex is a downward thrust? It's because downward thrust is the sacred movement of humanity. I mean, duh. Could it really be any other way? Downward thrust has always been the most important motion. Always. We just never really had a name for it, never really noticed it. I'm just messing around. But anyway, I don't know. I guess this has been a more serious talk than most of them, but that's fine. Because now that I have a camera, I can just talk and I don't really have to worry about anything. Hopefully this mic is picking up my voice well. This light. I hope this side of my face is still lit well. Man, I don't know. But anyway, the next update to the game you know about now. It's gonna have skinning functionality. There's also some other stuff I'm doing under the hood that you won't see, but it's gonna make other stuff I'm doing in the next update a lot easier. So that'll be cool though. I mean, the skinning functionality, it's cool. It's really cool. Just gotta figure out a way to make everything work. I always have to think ahead, plan for the future. So hopefully I don't make any mistakes in this planning. I already got the enemy thing figured out. Next is the maps. But yeah, I mean, I'm still kind of like stressed about trying to. I feel like I should always be doing tons of stuff, and I always have a hard time letting myself just relax and do what I want. So hopefully I can be more chill about that and like play some more Mass Effect because it's really fun. I also played Grand Theft Auto 4: The Lost and the Damned because I got a PS3 now. Finally, again. This is my third PS3. I'm not kidding. Because I had to sell, like, I bought a PS3 the first generation, like when it first came out, and then I had to sell it because I didn't have anywhere to live. And then I bought another PS3. Or I think I got it as a gift, or it was like a partial gift, like my brother paid for part of it and then I paid for part of it. But then I had to sell it again because I couldn't fucking afford my rent, but at least I had a place to live. And then finally, this time, I bought a PS3 and I'm not selling it. I'm keeping it forever until the next PS4 or whatever. But I'm not selling my stuff anymore. See, that's what I'm saying. This is downward thrust. I'm speaking downward thrust right now. All right? It's like, I'm not going to sell another PS3 because I'm taking control. Like, that's a decision I made. I'm not selling it again. I'm not going to be in that situation where I don't have enough money to pay rent. I'm not going to be in that situation again. Never. Never is hard to say, but never. I don't care. Never. So anyway, it's been fun. It's been a nice therapy session. I don't know if I'm going to put this whole video up. I talked a lot. But thanks for being there for me. Thanks for listening. I appreciate it. I mean, I'm talking to a camera, but really, I'm talking to you. You watching this. I appreciate you watching this. But you don't have to watch it. I mean, it's your choice. Hope you're enjoying your life. Hope you're moving forward. Not letting things get you down. Just keep downward thrusting. You got problems. Downward thrust right through them. Just forget about it. Just keep moving. This is Jay Pavlina from Exploding Rabbit saying happy downward thrust. Happy day. Happy life. Goodbye.